So that one question that will determine where you are in 6 months is this: what do you want to make happen in the next 6 months of your life? I'm going to ask that question again. What do you want to make happen in the next 6 months of your life? And I want you to really consider that.
The next thing was time. Why is time important? Round the numbers, how old are you now?
35.
Okay, so if you reach the average age of an American, you have just over 17,000 days left to live. And I think all of that goes to show that time is the currency we're playing with in every moment of our lives. It's the center point of our influence. I talk about the roulette table of my life. It's the frame I think through, where we wake up in the morning with these 24 chips. If you spend 8 hours sleeping, you wake up with 16 chips left. And how you place those chips on this roulette table that sits in front of us just before the wheel spins every day determines all of our outcomes in our lives. So
it's not all I'm never gonna get to that where everything's okay, where everything looks a certain way. And in the meantime, I'm burning the best time I do have available. I'm burning that candle up. I'm burning this candle down, and I'm saying as soon as it gets bright enough or warm enough in here, I'm gonna show up. But the candle's getting smaller.
It's time to wake up. Wake the up, bro. Enough with the bullshit, enough with the excuses, enough with the nonsense, enough with being in a situation where you're always complaining, where you're always pointing fingers. Point the fingers at yourself. The life that you have is the life that you chose. If you don't like the life that you have, it's your damn fault, dude. Change. Make different decisions. Hang out with different people. Instill some discipline, some habits. Win.
Losers wing it through life. Losers think that they still have more time to get there. Losers measure themselves by the losers that they surround themselves with. And they go, well, I still have time. They're not doing anything extravagant in life, my friend. So I'm probably on track. No, you're not. You're all behind track. That's the problem. You're all behind schedule. You're all late to the party.
Just do. You're living. How do you want to live? How do you want to die? How do you want to be remembered? That's it. That's it. Period.
Yeah, but if you're somebody that goes to work every day and says like, I don't want to be at this desk, I don't want to be in this cubicle, I don't want to be in this office, there's something out there that is more for me than this, then you already have the bug. Then it just becomes, do you die with the bug or do you do something about it before you die?
You might have just completely missed. You might just end up in the wrong profession, the wrong place, the wrong people for 30 years of your life grinding away. And yes, the best time to figure that out was before, but the second best time is now. So just change it.
Yeah, when does that story end? Like when? If not now, when? Like, 50% of that story, according to the research on memory, 50% of it isn't even the truth. Person is reliving a miserable life they never even had.
Wow.
All to reaffirm.
We've imagined it. We've created an imagination.
All to reaffirm their addiction to that emotion connected to the belief that they can't change.
And he said you can't necessarily escape the suffering, so you might as well choose something in life to do that is worth suffering for. Because not doing anything at all out of fear or out of uncertainty will also make you suffer. Because you know that there's something inside of you that wants to do said thing.
I want you to disappear for 6 months. Tell everyone that you know that you're gonna disappear for 6 months. Tell your friends, I'm gone, I can't watch football with you, I don't care about March Madness, I've gotta disappear for 6 months because I'm going to change my life.
And I think a lot of times what we do is we put in, I can just say this for myself, we don't go all in because we're kind of afraid it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And secretly, you know, if you kind of half-ass it a little and you don't go all in, you can kind of blame that. But it was
an excuse. I didn't really try. It's okay that it didn't work, you know.
But
I didn't go all out.
But what I love about what you're saying, this core principle around healthy arrogance, is cultivating belief in self?
It was the self-discipline that I had to survive, to not survive, I was weak, to thrive. No one said, hey man, you're 297 pounds, man. I want to help you out. I'm gonna help. Hey man, you're not smart. I'm gonna help you out. I had to work at all this shit. I had to overcome, and it self-disciplines everything. And if you don't have it, I don't look at you right, because I know you're capable of more.
But I try to reframe that pain that comes from doing the things that I don't want to do the things that I do want to do, as the price tag required to become the person that I want to become. And so if we think about the traits of any person, so it's like, if I want to be patient, then I can't expect things to happen faster, right? Like if we were to go to the end of our lives and say, hey, I want these character traits. It's like, well, if you had to play a character, in a video game and make them that way, it's like, well, what would you have to put them through in order to get those traits? It's like, well, if you want patience, then you're not going to get things quickly. If you want to have endurance, it's like you have to be able to tolerate suffering, right?
But what would cause even more suffering and more pain is just sitting back on my hands and not doing anything. Because now nothing will happen for sure. And now I also have to sit with the weight on my shoulders of knowing that I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing.
And so you just decide, you know what, I'm gonna literally just flip my life on its head in the next 6 months, and I'm going to learn one high income skill, and I'm going to become obsessed with it. I'm going to buy every book that I can from it. I'm going to watch every YouTube video that I can from it. I'm going to read every book that I possibly can. And you take 6 months to start learning and mastering one skill.
Start where you are. Period, full stop. Start where you are. Atlanta right now today is the busiest on-location production hub in the United States.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Absolutely true. Yes. It was not like that when I started off, when I moved to Atlanta some 30 years ago now. It was not. Start where you are.
So a lot of people like spend years being like, I'm going to start a business one day. It's like, you can do it tomorrow. You can literally do all of this tomorrow. And then it's like, okay, well then how do I get the person to exchange money? It's like, well, you reach out to the people you know, right? You open your phone.
As a man, you have to outline, what are my duties? And your duty is to attack your goals, to chase your dreams, to set dates and deadlines that you want to achieve these. And these dates and deadlines must become non-negotiable for you.
And every day, you don't start with the victories. You don't go, oh, this is nice. Look at my I love me wall. Let me clean up this, a little dusty. Nope. I go right for the things that are gonna keep me buried. I go right there first, because if I don't clean those out first, the day doesn't start. We all want to read about how we can quickly get somewhere. That's why the 6-minute abs and all sort of shit so powerful. You may get some results from it, but they're not permanent. The permanent result comes from you. I say it all the time. You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your brain, so when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it.
People don't really give up on their dreams. They see what it takes to get their dreams and then decide it's too expensive. I think that if we make who we become the goal, rather than the thing that we achieve, instead of winning once a decade, we can win every day.
But some people listening to this podcast are like, I'm all in. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to change my life, and now's the time that I'm going to change my life. When you bring your head up in 6 months, you will be a different person. And then you fast forward 5 years, your life is vastly different than if you just decided to stay on the same path that you've been on this entire time.
What you're going to make happen in the next 6 months. Because time is going to keep moving, whether you do or not. And after today's workshop, one thing is for sure. You're not going to let that time just pass you by, because you are going to make something really cool happen in the next 6 months.
And you got to mean it. You got to believe it. You got to believe you're the most important person on the planet to achieve the success. And I don't mean sort of successful, a little bit, I mean outsized success, right? Life is hard and life is short. Let's dream. Let's dream in color. Let's go for it. What if you get it? What if you get it? Stop saying, what if I fail, and start saying, what if I succeed? How cool would that be? You deserve to succeed.
And I open that up without complacency. Like, start now. That doesn't mean time's on my side. Yeah, dude. Inshallah. When it happens, it'll happen. No, like, wake up. Clock's ticking. It's on your side. Now just move with it.